Good morning, fellow Cameroonians at home and abroad. Once again, welcome to the People's Platform, the platform of PRAP, People's Right Advocative Platform. I am Capo Daniel, the chairman of this movement and this network of Anglophones across the globe who wants justice for their people, who wants to preserve their identity, who wants the right of self-determination, who wants human right, who wants to maintain the Southern Cameroon formation as we had before we come into Cameroon. You are all welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, today we want to go to Bamenda. Bamenda turned into a complete war zone a couple of days ago. And due to other engagement, we could not bring to you our perspective on this happening or the videos that are up in open sources recorded by our citizens back at home in Bamenda. So we are going to show you these videos. And we're also going to go into the release of priest, the Reverend Father John Tata Berinyuy, who was released by General Ndiba Nawata in Baba. Will show you the video that they released and the long letter that the people of Sako wrote in that his release and why he was arrested and the motivations that we have seen that follows his release. And those things are very, very strange indeed. It's very, very strange. So today we are going to introduce a new name which we are going to use when we talk about our forces, about some of our forces, not all. We are going to call these forces Ambazonia Kidnapping Forces. These are forces that have transformed themselves over the years, and their primary job right now on ground zero is to kidnap people for ransom. They are a thorn in the flesh of our people, and they are the reason why majority of our people decides to isolate themselves from this struggle. Whether in abroad or at home, Ambazonian kidnapping forces have become a big problem for us Anglophones. Extremism that has driven them to be in this way because the political group that were supposed to guide our boys, that were supposed to push for diplomatic solutions, have gone so extreme and have, because of corruption as well, those boys have decided to look for their survival by doing kidnapping for ransom. And some now bad actors have come in. It has become now a mechanism. Camps exist purely for one reason. Those camps in Bafut, those camps in Bamenda, they exist for one reason: kidnapping for ransom. You cannot be selling after the market. When the war is over, that is when you are coming to fight to join groups. So we're going to explain that. Nevertheless, there are genuine Ambazonian groups who are there for political reasons. Some are misguided, some are not reasonable, but there are Ambazonian forces that are there for political reasons. Nevertheless, we will be making that distinction. But for the moment, we must identify and call the Ambazonian kidnapping forces for who they are. Ambazonian kidnapping forces that are given a bad name for this Anglophone struggle. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to go to Bamenda. I will show you the footages. I will speak also in a little bit in French and in English because our platform has been having a lot of attention from our francophone brothers. Donc, on va parler des Ambazoniens kidnapping forces. Ce sont les forces d'Ambazonie qu'ils ont transformées pour faire seulement une chose, kidnapper les gens pour l'argent. Il a commencé ça parce qu'il y avait le groupe politique qui devait le guider, qui sont aussi perdu le sens de direction parce qu'ils ont devenu les extrémistes. Ils veulent seulement une chose, indépendance ou rien. Et pour nous, ça, c'est une position extrême. On avait adopté la position d'indépendance à propos des réactions de la guerre, de la massacre que le gouvernement camerounais a relâché dans notre population. Donc, mais quand les choses ont changé, on a aussi obligé de changer notre position. Le président camerounais avait déclaré en France qu'il y avait le programme pour assimiler les anglophones dans le système francophone et il avait lancé le Grand National Dialogue qui avait changé la position du Cameroun. Au commencement, au début, le gouvernement camerounais avait rejeté qu'il n'y avait pas un problème anglophone. Donc, quand il a accepté qu'il y a un problème anglophone, on est obligé de s'asseoir comme une famille pour chercher un moyen pour vivre ensemble ou séparer si ce n'est pas possible. Donc, c'est notre position qu'on a adoptée aussi à PRAP, à la réalité de ce qu'on voit au terrain, à la réalité de ce qu'on voit à diplomat. So, my country people, them, when I welcome. Today we go for ground zero. We want to start for use some new name we call an Ambazonian kidnapping forces them. The one na name we would use them to describe Ambazonian camp them where their main job not only for go kidnap for ransom. The main reason we happen are because of extremism and loss of focus for the diplomatic group the way they differ abroad, and the corruption what we see for Sako. That corruption for Sako and the extremists what we see for Ayabacho, the idea say we want not only independence or nothing. It no matter what happened, only independence. That idea, being at the right now an extremist idea. Why? Because we start the struggle now for solve the grievances the way we anglophone them, then get them. And we'll be start the crisis, we'll be pick up weapons now because Cameroon government declare war on our identity. They start burn villages, they start keep people them. So we get an obligation for defend ourselves. We get the right to invoke the right of self-determination. But when Cameroon, their president Pobia Ebigo recognized for France that the Cameroon government, they will get a policy for bring Anglophone them inside the Francophone system, for assimilate Anglophone inside Francophone system them. And he launched the Grand National Dialogue. It means he don't change that position. For deny the Anglophone problem don't exist, he don't start for CCFE solve the problem, even though the problem, the solution they bring may be a fig one them, will be obligated for also respond by reducing our own demand and also make some concession. So we are now open to negotiate a proper solution that can solve our problem, maintain our territorial integrity, and guarantee the right of self-determination for our people. Now the position that will be for PRAP. And we also change those positions based on the diplomatic reaction. So we will go for Bamenda for sure now two things today. The first one we will tackle now the problem for kidnapping for ransom for Bamenda and the big fight with Bamenda ran turned into war zone a couple of days ago. We'll not be bring those videos the whole get for open source for give now our perspective and our insight because we will be very busy with other obligations. And also get a big presentation for Duam about our push for election for Cameroon. Would that engage with Issa Chiruma, a team who believes in the leader that for the movement for change in Cameroon, would engage other political actors and for ground and personality that will push our own agenda, our own opinion, our own position about this coming election. We will make that presentation subsequently, maybe today or maybe later in the evening. So all now be welcome for this people's platform. We'll get our focus now for the people, they are right. Our focus now for protect people, they are right, for educate people them, for make sure send me the movement for change, the movement of protecting Anglophone, they are right. Our identity, make it continue in this manner. So we'll go start today for Bamenda. Bamenda is then turned a complete war zone. And we'll give you exactly the pictures, the videos, and we'll tell you what it happen and our own unique perspective as we engage in this struggle. So make we go for Bamenda. This happened yesterday for Canada, so probably almost 2 days now for people that did sleep for ground zero. This is what happened in Bamenda. There was heavy shooting across Bamenda from below Fonta Street, right for Old Market, all over Bamenda. So now Bamenda video, then this is the camp for Bamenda. These are videos that are coming out in Bamenda. Population running helter-skelter, shops closing down, the whole town shutting down. The shooting in Bamenda was too heavy for our population. You can see Cameroon military being deployed. So before I continue the video, I want to give you a proper perspective. For the past almost 3 years now, since we changed our position for PRAP, for start engage with direct negotiation with the Cameroon government, we have achieved a lot. One of those things, and I forget the Cameroon government, their leaders and their top generals for change their tactics on the ground, for change their structure, for respond for this crisis and for incidents on the ground. They are adjust a lot of things. A lot of Cameroon, their colonel, their general, the way they will be problematic, their commandant, then they don't replace them. They don't be proactive for receive information for we they not be get them, for dialogue with we, and in result for waiting. One, they stop for burn villages and completely. The Cameroon government, their leadership, then stop for burn villages them as a result of our direct engagement with them. They don't stop for use certain propaganda the way they be doing before. I would not achieve a lot of things them by engaging with the Cameroon government directly. We don't also get international partner the way they don't partner with we for make may be effective. But wait will not be succeed for Duamna for bring all Amazonian groups there for act in unison so that we achieve even greater things the way we translate for negotiated settlement. We will bring that one later when we talk about the release of the priest. But wait one for engage for tell and I say one of the biggest problem we get them now forget the Cameroon their special forces them. the one the way they be capable for react for live shooting situation. That means if some kidnapping go on for broad daylight, for be able for use Cameroonian them. When they talk say would work with Cameroon government, no. Would they use them for solve problem the way we believe say our citizens that need help, we will not fit provide them. We will not fit stop certain kidnapping groups them. When I see them burn even my own house. But we will not fit leave our people that made them be exposed. And we will be the activists the way will be stand with our people and for speak on them. We will not fit abandon them halfway. We need to fight for solve the problem for kidnapping for ransom. The kidnapping for ransom problem may be beyond our ability to solve them completely. So we make a decision, say, it better me what people that even use Cameroon government and military for stop kidnapping for ransom. And any Amazonian camps where they engage in such behaviors, people then get right for self-defense against those camps and for use every means possible for defend themselves. You know, we should not can kidnap your papa, kidnap your mommy for nothing. Threaten them, even kill some people them because they want to take money, and then you say you will live on that way because now Amazonian. No. So wait till that happen, I say, for close to 3 years, the Cameroon military, they refuse to use their special forces. Maybe because of it's sensitive, maybe because of their morale or whatever, but they refuse to use their special forces to help the people of Anglophone region to fight against kidnapping for ransom. They even refused to go to certain camps to release people, even when community people came together and said, this camp have held a lot of people. There were one time that the camps of Ayabachu, the people that were inside those camps, the camps were full, their prisons were full, where they kept people were full. The Cameroon government refused to go there to release them. You saw in the case of Bamenda, where his car was found, the Cameroon military refused to go and take back the car. They refused to go and rescue it. So there were a lot of things that have been happening. But we have seen Cameroon military parade in our cities during 20th May, huge weapons and all those things. And people are wondering, if they have all these weapons, why can't they use it to defend the people, which it was supposed to be their natural duty anyway to protect our population? But they can allow their military to kill people here, justify that it is because it's a war declaration, a war is going on, so military have the right to react with force, lethal force, when they feel threat and stuff like that, which is one of the reasons we are pushing for a declaration of end of the war. So, long story short, Bamenda has been transformed into a war zone, which is a good thing in this time, but the casualty, the pain is too much. And I'll explain to you the reason why. We don't want boys to be able to come and kidnap people in broad daylight, come with guns, they can grab anybody, nobody is safe. We have seen videos and videos of our citizens posting of armed men coming with bike, they go around, catch people, kidnap them for ransom. We know for sure that the Cameroon military on the ground were involved. There are instances where people will die and they will inform the Amazonian fighters to give them money. And they'll tell them, go to this family, go and take money. This one is coming from abroad, go and take money. They'll go there, kidnap them in broad daylight. The Cameroon military will not intervene because they were involved. They were giving these boys weapons, bullets to use for sale. So military units in Cameroon that we know of have provided evidence. They will go out there and pretend that they were under attack, shoot guns in the air, gather bullets, and claim to the Cameroon government that they have used those bullets. Then go back and sell those bullets to those same boys. So there have been this cycle going up. There have also been counter-Amazonian activities by the Cameroon military that the Cameroon military establishment have taken advantage of for making money. For example, the trade of fuel, the illicit trade that comes from Nigeria. Because they have permitted this thing, a whole system of millions of dollars. At one time, General Efan was making close to 8 million CFR a month from those trade. And the money that was made by specific Cameroon government officials, we have named them. We have given proof of all these things. It escalated in one area where the even Cameroon Amazonian fighters were calling Cameroon military to go and fight fighters from Nigeria who were trying to intervene, or other camps who were trying to intervene. The problem of brasseries and a lot of things. The water was dirty. Water bidan dirty. In any case, one of the biggest problems will be now forget the Cameroon military for intervene during active live fire incident. That means a citizen and call we talk say, hey, kidnapper the rank come for my 2, then we gone. Hey, kidnapper the rank come for my 6. Hey, kidnapper the rank come for Ghana Street, then carry gun. No man of you protect them because Cameroon military then too, they know say they come, they will give them space, me they can't do it, they do it because they benefit. So for the first time for Bamenda, Cameroon military then deployed a special unit, meaning Kampaka intervened for a live fire situation. Kidnapping will go on for town. Cameroon military sent their troops and made they intervene. It was very, very bloody. So over 8 people were shot. We have not confirmed any death, but all of them civilians were shot. 2 people were shot by Cameroon military with stray bullets, and 6 our civilians were shot by Ambazonian fighters with stray bullets. So this is what happened in Bamenda. It is very painful, but this is a reality our people are living in. Uncontrolled violence, chaos. Let us play the video so that you can see what happened in Bamenda. Some people have watched these videos already on WhatsApp. Let us watch it. So you can see the Cameroon military, the of heavy machinery to be able to intervene. As usual, they are shooting randomly. These are not just random shooting. These are shots to scare up the other forces and also for their own protection. Amazonian forces, they do the same thing, shooting in the air and those type of stuff to send a message for the population to clear and to show their own position and their strength to the other side. So this was a pure intervention mission by the Cameroon military to an active shooting that was going on in Bamenda. So they went throughout the town shooting guns. People were scared. Businesses were closed. In the place where they had direct exchange with the Ambazonian fighters, we had people were caught up in between the fighting. They were brought to the hospital. Those who were shot by the Ambazonian fighters were brought to the hospital using civil. And the Cameroon also brought some people that were shot as a result of their bullet, their gun also in this exchange. So this is Bamenda, my hometown, transformed in broad daylight into a war situation. We are looking for, where are children? We are looking for. As you can see, that is a private vehicle that brought in 6 people that were shot as a result of stray bullet from Ambazonian fighters. So this video is thanks to City FM Radio, Tori House. So you can see the people crying, gathering, taking people away from the vehicles who have been injured. 6 people in total injured by a stray bullet. So the city of Bamenda is crying. We mourn with them. This is the Cameroon military, their own vehicle. They also brought in 2 civilians that were caught in the shooting. So
where they be arrest you for. So we talk with you. So father. What you fit talk with where they be arrest you for.
I would like to salute all the Southern Cameroonians.
Your name?
I'm Rev John Berinyuy. I was arrested with my brothers because the forces of La République accompanied us to Ndop for the opening of the university during the mass where the nuncio came to inaugurate the university in a war zone. And we say that we are very sorry that that happened and that it will not happen again tomorrow. And we are praying that there should be dialogue to see to the solution of the southern Cameroonian, and that there should be justice and peace, so that a lasting solution should be brought to these problems that we are facing and the war that is going on around us. We invite the human rights and international bodies that they should see into our problems. We invite even the church that they should see into our problem, that justice and peace is brought about in this situation, and that there should be dialogue between brothers so that peace should return back into southern Cameroon. Thank you. I'm asking that my Bishop Andrew Keya, and the Holy Father, that they should see that this dialogue.
My microphone. Oh, crazy.
Justice and peace,
I had muted my microphone all the while.
Peace may return, that they should intervene using their own powers.
So,
the Holy Father Pope.
I'm sorry, my microphone was muted the whole time. So I don't know how I can edit that part, but you can hear me now, definitely. So it's just crazy. So these are the Sako people who have kidnapped this priest. And I don't know if the microphone was muted, so I can go back and repeat what I was saying. People should understand. They have kidnapped this priest to use him to demand for negotiation and dialogue. As you can read from under the video, Father Berinyuy confesses and calls for what? Dialogue, for peace and justice for Ambazonia after his release. That message was messaged by the people who asked those boys to keep him there for a long time. I've explained why those boys are kidnapping him in the first place. And the reason why they kept him was because of the Sako's people. What is their demand? They are requesting Andrew Keya. Let us hear.
Bishop Andrew Keya and the Holy Father, that they should see that this dialogue and that justice and peace is done, and that peace may return, that they should intervene using their own powers. The Holy Father Pope Leo the 14th, that he should use his powers and see that dialogue is done, and that there's negotiation, so that peace and justice should return in southern Cameroon.
So, fellow Cameroonians, Francophones and Anglophones, this is a reality on the ground. I will explain to you people what is happening so that you have the proper perspective. And then I will explain to you what we should do. So this man, this priest, Reverend Father, a very respectable person, a strong humanitarian actor on the ground. He has done so many things I cannot just begin to say. This is a selfless individual. These are really the sense we have on the ground. He was called by this camp. He was arrested because the general wanted money. And the people of Sako's group, I have explained before, people don't understand. When you see State Army, it's Sako's group because they try to distinguish themselves from the restoration forces when they break out with Chris Anu. So the forces that follow Sako, or the people who he has that ask forces in their villages to follow Sako, they use the name State Army. The other restoration forces, they have transformed themselves. They are now using the name Unity Warriors. They are not under Chris Anu, nevertheless, but that is how you can distinguish between the various Ambazonian groups. So this father was held. Why? Their main motivation was that they want to ask for negotiation and dialogue. Can you imagine? You go and kidnap a priest with the hope that... So, you go and kidnap somebody's priest. The Pope himself asks you to release him. And you kept him this long because you want negotiation and dialogue. Your own way of diplomacy is to go and kidnap. Is this not craziness? Do you know what the Pope is going to say you? He's going to say, F you. You don't think they are human beings? They're going to say, F you, you are crazy. What has this achieved? The Pope has called for the Cameroon government, the authorities of Cameroon, they call them now authorities, to go and release this man. So if you were trying to get his attention, you are now making his attention to support the Cameroon government because that is the only way he can release his priest. They see you now like a kidnapper. What type of foolishness and wickedness is this? You want negotiation. This is what you people should understand. There is a negotiation that was going on about 2 years ago that we secured by our advocacy to the international community and to the Cameroon government that called for direct negotiation. We succeeded to secure the support of Pope Francis to come in and mediate. Because of Chris Anu, the Cameroon government ended up knocking him out because Chris Anu was making direct appeal. Chris Anu and Ayabacho writing letters to Pobia that they also want to have direct negotiation. Why? Because they were afraid that Capo Daniel is leading an effort for negotiation. They want it to be that it was them. So instead of having a mediated solution, mediated by the Pope, they decided to appeal directly to the Cameroon government. And then the Cameroon government, which we had succeeded to have international support for direct negotiation, mediated by the Pope, now came out and said that there are other Amazonian groups who equally want something that they think is more reasonable, which is direct negotiation without a third party. So they dropped the Pope because Chris Anu and the other and Ayabacho, they didn't want to follow the effort that we were leading because in their mind they have gone out there and deceived their followers that we are traitors because we are now asking for direct negotiation. We are now saying that we should drop the demand for independence because we believe that we could not still succeed to have even negotiation or pressure on Cameroon while demanding independence. They know that was the truth because we came out of Canada the losers. We came out of Canada being seen as a belligerent faction and the war was ready to move forward without us and support the regime. So I appeal that we should have direct negotiation, which all Amazonian groups have come around to accept that we should have direct negotiation. Our PRAP succeeded to secure the mediated negotiation with the Pope. And that effort was sabotaged by Chris Anu, who was writing letters, and Ayabachu was writing letters. There are other people who write letters, but I don't think they were that significant, demanding that they want direct negotiation as well. Chris Anu tried, but through very, very weak means. So it was now reduced from mediated negotiation to now direct negotiation with Cameroon. And we will not accept it to have that direct negotiation. We want direct negotiation, but we want an internationally facilitated negotiation so that the international community is aware of what is going on. So what happened? Archbishop Anjokia, the head of the Baptist Church, the head of the Presbyterian Church, Reverend Fonki at that time, the head of the Imam, the Islamic Church, they have a group of religious leaders, 9 religious organizations in Cameroon. They came together because of that diplomatic opening that we have facilitated. Step up that they want to mediate, to play the mediator, to be the middle people, so that direct negotiation between Amazonia and Cameroon government can happen. Because PRAP was the initiator, because PRAP had secured international support, because PRAP had international links that initiated this progress, because PRAP had members of the United Kingdom's government that were in support of this pressure on the Cameroon government, because PRAP had already had people who went and see the Pope, because PRAP already had the British government who had sent people to go to Cameroon, because PRAP had already done the work that prepared for this possibility. This group of religious leaders decided to first start with us in PRAP. So they came here to meet us and have a conversation about what we were talking about, what we were trying to do. We agreed that we wanted this negotiation. We prepared a peace plan paper, which we had other Amazonian groups to come behind to support it. They went to meet you, Sako, to negotiate. You that were saying that, me that I was saying that direct negotiation is a sellout position. What did Sako do? Sako said that, hey, if you people are talking to Capo Daniel, if you people are talking to Chris Anu, if you people are talking to Seseko Ayoktabi, we are not going to talk with you because we are the real people. You can talk only with us directly. We are not going to be a part of this negotiation. They went to Ayoktabi, the same thing. Ayoktabi said, if you people are talking to Sako Ikome and Chris Anu, I'm not talking to you. Every Amazonian group rejected that negotiation process because of one person or another. They went to Jomba Okoro. Jomba Okoro hit the table that I heard that you people first went and talked to Capo. I'm not going to be a part of it. I pleaded with these people and I tell them in 2 years' time, elections will be coming to Cameroon. We have a window. This negotiation should happen at least give 1 year buffer before election in Cameroon. All of them wasted that opportunity. Wasted it. The negotiation was supposed to happen in Vatican. Cristiano was doing a lot of show about it, saying that it was Capo Daniel. We have gone to the United Nations, work with La Republique. They'll just come and sign something. They didn't even know. La Republique was under pressure to do it. They didn't want to do it because they wanted to do it. So we waste that opportunity. A second opportunity, we see struggle to start a second opportunity, which was a step down. That was a step down 3 times lower than the first one. And this is how we Anglophone, we have missed opportunities. Remember that the concession offered to the ad hoc negotiation that was happening with Abobala was far better than what we have in the Grand National Dialogue in many aspects. So we have been reducing it. And now we are now pushing up, we are even begging this Pope to see whether he can agree to do what the previous Pope agreed to do. We are not even there yet. He is still reluctant. He doesn't even want to involve himself. We are now struggling to get facilitators in the international community. We cannot get it. So you, Sako, you don't have that ability. You cannot do that hard work to do the diplomatic work that we have done to secure negotiation. Your own way now to cut line is to sit there in your so-called office when negotiation will come for you to come and sit there like a king. Now we are doing efforts you are not aware, you are not involved. You want to join, you go and kidnap a priest, blaming Archbishop Androkia. They are not blaming Androkia because he has done anything. They think that because Androkia said that he would discuss with everybody and he doesn't see them like an exclusive representative of Cameroon, he's a problem to them. That is all. That is the only thing that is happening. And want everybody to know. We want everybody to know the truth. So this priest was kidnapped. They hate Androkia because he didn't do exactly what they want. They want him to do exactly what they want. How can he do exactly what you want? He was not even there to do anything anyway. He just simply volunteered his office to help facilitate a process that he see unfolding, like anybody would do it. So our people are dying because of lack of education. People think that by arresting this priest, forcing the priest, you force somebody by gunpoint to help you to negotiate. You are just making the Cameroon government to use this to show the world that how can you be negotiating with people like this? You are destroying the same thing that you want, just like you did for the independence of Ambazonia. That aside, maintenant pour tout le Cameroun, j'ai toujours dit au Cameroun que les Ambazoniens sont prêts à négocier. Comme vous voyez les Ambazonian Forces qui a arrêté la presse, si tu ne pas voir qu'il a demandé l'indépendance, il n'est pas dit ça encore. If you look at all the Ambazonian videos, they don't demand independence again. You don't hear them say, La Republic, go back to your country. Because we all have come around the reality that independence is not inevitable, that the declaration of independence made by Ayok Tabi will not be recognized, and there is no prospect that it will be recognized. And the field have changed. Our message of de-radicalization and reasonability, pragmatism, have worked, and everybody is now on the same page. We want a negotiated settlement. The problem is the Cameroon government who are not willing. They are trying to take any advantage that they can to refuse to negotiate. What happened in Canada, yes, Ambazonia had before, but we had a government who was there just because he was pressured by the international community and was trying to please the international community to remove conditions for their loans. And every moment that they have a reason not to negotiate, they will run away because they don't want to. That's why even when we declared cessation of hostility, that was backed by a lot of forces on the ground. Sankuku, the demon, Satan Petit Coeur, Atanganjipo rejected it. If it was a government that wants dialogue, that wants an end of this war, they will embrace it. They will embrace anybody who wants peace. But they don't want it. They want the blood to continue to flow because they know that this war works in their favor politically to bring Cameroonian around the deception which they have deceived Cameroonian that it's the only way to keep the nation together. Fellow Cameroonians, the Ambazonian groups you see, all of them, they know the truth. They are ready to negotiate. The problem is the Paul Biya regime. That is why people are embracing Issa Chiruma, because his position that calls for direct negotiation, to listen to the Anglophones what they want, to give privileged positions to the Ambazonian fighters for their selfless sacrifices for a problem that was caused by the government, to accept the idea of communal police. It is working across all Africa. That is how the war in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, ended. They had what they call local protection forces or something like that, which is a transformation of the rebels that were there. Our solution of one country, two people, devolution, constitutional devolution of Cameroon, that preserved the Anglophone identity legally, is the best option. Those who maintain this war for political reasons have no care for humanity. And you have seen it every day how they are doing with Mr. Ekena. We are fighting for our people's rights. We are not fighting for an abstract ideology. We are not obsessed. We are not extremists. We are reasonable people. We love Cameroon. The only reason we decided to say that we can't be part of that country is because they ban Ambazonia, they ban our nationality, they refuse that our problem exists. So we want everybody to know. Those who are out there saying that, oh, it's independence or nothing, hey, Capo Daniel have sold. No, they want to dialogue. It's just that they want it to be them. But they are not capable of doing what it takes because they are illiterate. Look at the tactics they are using to get negotiation. Go and kidnap people. You cannot call for negotiation under using threat, using kidnapping for ransom. It's stupid. You call for negotiation by changing your rhetoric. Cameroon did not call for negotiation and dialogue by making concession on the negotiation table, which is what Chris Ano is saying, or what the other ones are saying, or what Yerima is also saying. No. Paul Biya went to France and said that there is Anglophone problem. He admitted it. He didn't do it on the negotiation table. So we need to make certain concession on our rhetoric. We need to do that. Without that, it will be very tough. We are finding a difficult chance to get the negotiation that we want. But it is time to end the madness and the radicalism. It only helps the kidnappers and Ambazonia kidnapping forces. It doesn't help anybody else. So we'll continue to bring you people very important message to empower you with the knowledge that we believe you need to know, so that you can make the right decision for yourself. And for every soldiers on Ambazonia who listen to me, do not be deceived by the people who ask you to go and kidnap the priest. You may think that you will get a little bit money from it, but at the end of the day will be unnecessary death, preventable death on your path. We are here for our people, not against them. We are there to serve a greater good, not for a greater good to serve our personal ambitions. That is why we are here. God bless you all.